Well, hello all, and welcome to Trey Desmo. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful 11 by 14 size canvas diva. Good for Mother's Day, good for Christmas, birthdays, what have you. I love making these, so I hope you enjoy this video. We're going to start off with our 11 by 14 canvas. You can purchase these anywhere, Hobby Lobby, Amazon, Michaels, what have you. Remove the plastic, and what I'm doing is I picked two colors to use, and I'm going to paint the canvas. I added glitter and I mixed it with acrylic paint. It doesn't matter if it's glossy or matte. And I just decided on a design because I didn't want just a plain white canvas. So basically all I'm doing here is I'm making my design on the canvas, and I'm going to use both colors. And the paint again is mixed with glitter because I want to give it that type of look. And you're going to end up doing probably about 2 coats, especially if you use that silver paint, because it's kind of thin. But use as many coats as you want to get the look that you want to achieve. I just took a plain cardboard box. I'm going to use this Rust-Oleum semi-gloss clear paint to coat the canvas. I want to do that so it will be dry to the touch and you won't get paint anywhere else. You don't want to taint the white. And here's what it looks like after the first coat of spray. So we're going to let that completely dry before we apply the second coat. Now while our canvas is drying, we're going to go on ahead and print out Divas. And I'm using 8.5 by 11 size glossy photo paper. And I'm filling out the space because the entire 8.5 by 11 Diva is going to fit on your 11 by 14 canvas. And what you want to do is get a pair of good scissors and cut as close to the Diva as you possibly can. And this is what it looks like. As you see, I wanted you to see that how much I cut into the Diva, so you don't want a white line around her. And then we're going to do the laminating process, and taking my 3mm sheet of laminating paper using my Amazon hot laminator, and we're going to make that Diva so it's protected. This protects from fading, it gives it a smooth surface, and makes it so you can't mess it up. If you want more detail on how I do this process, I have another video that's already in the page where I did a full detail of the process doing the charger plate Diva. So this is after the lamination, and I'm just showing you how it prevents scratches on the Diva, and it's a good way to protect it for long wear. Our canvas has completely dried. As you can see, there's a shine to it, even on the canvas part, the white part. And we have, you can see the glitter definitely in the silver and a little bit on the pink. So I ended up leaving a white mark on the Diva, so I'm cutting that off so it can be completely flush with the Diva. And this is where you're going to figure out where you want to place her on the canvas. You could make her go all the way to the edge. I want a space on the edges, so that's where I decided to go. And then applying the Diva to the canvas, I'm going to use the hot glue gun. Now, if you look at my other charger plate Diva video that I had, I used a combination of the E6000 and the hot glue. For canvas, I don't think you need the E6000, so I'm just going to use the hot glue gun, and I'm just securing her to the canvas where I want to place her. Now this is where you're going to get your placemat and try to figure out how you want the hat to lay. Use your creativity. Do you want to cover her eye up? Do you want to have it sitting on top of her head? Do you want it just to be a flat hat? I don't know. This is where you're just going to figure out, play with it a little bit, and get the scope of the way you want the hat to lay. Now once you figure out how you want it to look, I just used a stapler. It didn't work that well though, to be honest, and plus I ran out of staples, so what I'm going to do is improvise and use these clips. These clips come in handy. I can't emphasize that enough. They help hold it in place while you reinforce the parts where you want it to stick. So I'm going to use a combination of hot glue, and I also use E6000 too doing the hat, but you don't want to make a whole lot of hot glue on there, or else you'll get it'll melt through to the front. So basically I'm just going to use the clamps to hold down the pieces that I did use hot glue on. Give the glue time to dry, and then you can actually play with the hat and put the placement on the Diva where you decided you wanted to go. I'm using the hot glue, and I'm also going to use E6000 to reinforce, but make sure when you put the hot glue on you hold it down for at least 45 seconds if you're going to use the Gorilla Hot Sticks like I do. And see, now she's on there, so I'm going to use my clamps to hold it down. And it's also a good idea when you put the E6000, see where I'm applying it, that you also use the clamps to try to hold it down. Let it dry completely before you start doing anything else with the hat. Now we're going to embellish the hat. Now that it's completely dried, I know I want a big flower to go right there in the middle. So I'm going to take a couple of these flowers, and I've purchased these flowers from a different combination. I have a big bag full of flowers, so these right here in particular, I believe I got them from the Dollar Tree. So you're just going to put the hot glue on there and hold it down and place them where you want them to go. This is where you can use any type of little embellishments. If you go back to my Hat Lady Diva video I did, I used little ornament balls. This, I don't want to make it too gaudy, so I'm going to keep it simple. And I'm just using the hot glue and placing the flowers, the big central flower. I want to add a little more bling to the hat because since I decided not to use the little ornaments in this video, I'm going to get my bling roll, and there's a pink bling roll, and I'm going to add a line of the pink bling roll to go around the outsides of the hat, like right on the edges. And even though that's a row of, I believe, 4 or 5, I'm going to cut it down to 1. So I'm measuring it out, and I'm going to cut it to make 1 bling. You can do 1 row, 2 rows, whatever you like, but I just thought 1 was nice and subtle. I'm just measuring it out still. I want to make sure it goes around where I want it to show on the hat. Now I'm going to take my gem Tac glue and put a line around where I want that bling to lay. You don't need a whole lot, just a little bit, but enough that would make the bling stick to the hat, because you're just going to lay that on top of there and let it dry, and trust me, the gem Tac is going to do what it's supposed to do. Just so you can see, this is completely dry. That's what it looks like when you just cut the bling, lay it on the gem Tac, and let it dry. I think that was a very nice addition to the hat, so it just wasn't plain. Now you're going to take the rest of the flowers and apply it to the bottom part of her outfit. And this process is going to be the same as the rest of them. You're just going to take your hot glue, place the flowers where you think that they would go nicely. We're going to cover her shoulders up and the bottom part of the bodice, or you could do like I do on some of my other divas and add rhinestones to her pink outfit, but I think for this one I just want to just put flowers. I think that's still nice classy touch to it. So we're just again applying our hot glue, and we're going to cover the bottom part of her, or rather the top of her dress. Now we're moving on to the final step of this whole entire process. I'm taking some Gem Tech. I'm going to outline with rhinestones, 5mm rhinestones. You can use any size you like. I'm going to outline the pink with these light pink rhinestones that I had in stock. And just make you a simple line and go along that edge. We're going to repeat the process with the silver. Create your Gem Tech line, if that's the glue you choose. 5mm silver rhinestones. Nice and classy. More bling. This is how I make the necklace. I put the stones that's going to go to the front. I'm going to use pink stones. Nice gemstones, and then I'm going to create individual lines to make her, it's like, looks like more like a choker chain. That's what I'm going to call it. A stacked choker chain. Next we'll do the earrings after this, and then we will be finished. Here is our finished product. Excellent gift for whoever you'd like to give it to or keep it for yourself. I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Please like, share, and subscribe.